Hello, hello, hello. Today I'm going to go over 2 replays, which is more dedicated to the late game, but we're going to always showcase some good early gameplay. But I gotta talk about the tank. The tank I'm playing is a Tier 8 American Premium Medium tank called the AMBT. The Advanced Main Battle Tank, I think it stands for, if I remember correctly. But what this tank has that very few American tank has in the game at the moment is an auto reloader. And well, you see a Projector 46 in front of me. That's one of the best auto reloaders in the game. Well, it probably is the best auto reloader in the game, now to come to think about it. But this tank has, over that one, I guess you could say it has pen and turret armor. But that's not really about the gun, to be honest. The gun on this thing is actually pretty alright, but you have to be very careful and methodical. I can see how diligent I'm moving this tank around, how I'm peeking. It's not a tank that you wanna throw in there and just, you know, go pew 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 on them. You have to really like set up your shots, you have to maneuver in a correct way, or it's just gonna fail for you. But to go over the gun a little bit, with the standard pen, the standard shells, I should say, not standard pen, the standard shell is 215 pen and a whooping 1278. So already we have a really good standard shell. But then you got the better APCR, which have 278 pen. It's tank destroyer penetration. And then you have 1492 shell velocity, which is ludicrous. It's like only a few Titans should have this kind of shell velocity. So the better APCR shell is absolutely nuts. And then you have the HE shells, which is 53 pen, and then you have 732 shell velocity. So it's more of a the HE. Why I have HE on this tank, for example, is just in case you can maybe find that Scorpion at the end game, or the well, pretty much anything that has no armor at the end game, or you need to really remove someone that you can't do with this APCR. But then again, this APCR is really good, so you shouldn't have too much of a problem. And with long range sniping, and you can see how between the shots you don't really have this fast shooting that you can do. You can just dump the clip. You have to aim and then wait and then aim again. So the between shot is faster than what you can aim, or what your aim time is, I would say. And it's all about this. It comes down so much with this tank with the first shot basis. It is so important that you nail the first shot, because that sets you up for all kinds of maneuvers that you can do afterwards. Either you can, you know, obviously dump the clip when you get a, you know, a sweet little track shot in on them, or you can just single weave the shot, or you can do 2 shots and exit. But that's pretty much what we'll try to showcase here, how we can weave the shots and do this 2 shot and exit. Here I'm wishing this projector would just stay and guard the one line, or actually would try and take the one line. But nope, he runs away. Oh, Bisontes was Amarak, I didn't realize. This VK is a little bit in the way, but that doesn't matter. We have a small angle.
Withdraw from that position.
I don't want this VK to go forward and die here, because that puts us in a perilous moment here. Oh, okay, that's nice. Easy pen on the LPC right there. But as you can see, I'm working, well, I guess you could call it hull down a little bit. You have, I'll talk about the hull down and such. The gun has a -9 gun depression, which is good. It's good. You can play hull down in numerous locations. Here I'm baffled that I have a shot in the size to maybe high pen roll. But like I said, -9 gun depression, good. So you can play hull down with it. You have somewhat armor on the turret, but you got +10 in the gun elevation. Sometimes it doesn't matter, but it can be very nice. And 122's TM's big cupolas showcasing there. Oh, that's nice. But it can be quite a tough tank. to shoot in a spot like this when you show this upper plate. The upper plate is a very auto bouncy, like you can see there, very auto bouncy, even though it has this kind of a long edge. I just want to make sure I'm weaving my shots here, like I call it, when I'm using single shot over and over and over and over. And I'm prioritizing the guy who's crossing and track. Can we do another one? It seems so. And that's another one. Don't try to exit the last shot, because, well, the standard reload is 18 seconds for the last shot. So, like, you only use the last shot as an emergency, when you have to take someone out, or... yeah, pretty much when you have to take someone out. I can't think of another emergency you need to use it. That, oh yeah. Oh, and when you know you're gonna do a long rotations. Here I'm calling out that maybe someone who sits in the A line and sniping could maybe, I don't know, secure my kinda 1, 2, 3 line behind me. Here I'm not bothered so much about this LPC because he's gonna have a struggle trying to penetrate me in my turret. My turret has a 250. Let me correct that. Yes, it's 250 turret armor, and the weak point is a cupola on the top that you see. And I think, if I'm not misremembering here, that it's around the gun mantle that you have a weak point, or that could be a different tank. All I know is the cupola is a weak point there, and here we did a nice bait with this LPC. He was not prepared for that kind of a rush in and shooting. And this is that move that I did there. It's a classic, like a medium tank move or very fast tank move, where you sort of bait them to thinking you're not going for them, and then you rush forward and shoot, which is really good with medium tanks. Well, because mostly you have really good gun handling, but it managed to work out with the AMBT here. But this tank, I don't know why, I just like it a lot. It has you have to play, I don't know what to describe it or how to describe it. It's a little bit, you have to play a little bit around the map. You can play hull down, you can play semi-aggressive, not full-out aggressive, like with, let's just take a tank that we have in the game here, like Bisonte. You can play that full-out aggressive with an auto-reloader, thanks to its, how the tank is with the turret and how strong it can be in a close-up fighting. And I'm just watching how my allies is just bumping around in the base there. But here we come into a last stand position, like we call it, where you can defend the cap, you have a great vision, it's hard to reach to you. The big requirement for playing this area where I'm playing at is that you have some people over at A6, A7, but I don't know if I need 5 people sitting in the same little spot there. I think they have conversation with each other there. Here I'm kind of planning. I need to remove this house there, because it kind of blocks both their shots, the snipers. Well, I mean, I don't know what they're doing. I have no idea what they're doing, but they have some stuff going on there. But I'm happy for so far. It seems like I was afraid the Scorpion would have flanked me in the 1, 2, 3 line. It seems like he never did, so I don't know where he's gonna be. Oh, I don't know who spotted that, but I'm very grateful for that. I don't think I have a shot here. I might have. I have a shot. Oh man! And we did that blind. Felt like. Oh yeah, we definitely connected that. It really felt like we connected that one. Oh. See, I'm still afraid of this Scorpion, that he might have gone over there. There's no one been over there for I don't know, the past 7 minutes, I think, almost. It's all about working these bushes now. It's a little bit fake bushes. I'm waiting until he's maybe not looking at my bush. That's why I pulled the trigger there, and it seems like it was a good time to pull the trigger. That was a kick-ass track, and it goes to show that it's important to land that really first shot when you're playing on auto reload, especially a tank like this with a gun is a little bit wonky. Oh, perfect. Another track shot. Keeping it low, try to sit low, and we make sure we get the connection on here. And while we are keeping up and playing and winning the game, my teammates are finally kind of capitalizing on it, and we managed to avert this attack on our base. I'm still puzzled that the Scorpion has not showed up on my right here. But to talk about the tank again with the gun, the standard dispersion is at 0.36. So you can kind of get down to a 33 or 32, I believe. Oh, Emil. Ah, he got in the shot. But it's fine, it's fine. We managed to pick him up. And this is one of the cases where an auto reloader becomes very strong. You can both have single shoot and you can clip out when you know there's distance between you and the enemies around the battlefield. So you have this more range of your... Oh man, we just managed to pick him up. Oh. Where you have this little bit more range and also close-up fighting that you have in the late game. That's where auto reloaders really shine, because you can keep up this momentum, this pace. You don't have to, like with an auto loader, where you have to stop and full reload, and then you're unsure if someone comes or not. Then you can go around. And the big thing, like you have seen, is the aim time of this tank. It's quite... It's the standard aim time is 2.59 or 2.6 seconds aim time. So to be very diligent and careful, what you might have spotted is the way I sometimes move with my tank between the shots. There we have the Udis and this. Oh yeah, the Scorpion. Oh yeah, he rotated all the way around from 1, 2, 3 line to 0 line. So maybe if my projector didn't scare away and run, he would actually pick up the whole south side. Or I could have gone with him as well. Take up the whole southwest. Oh no. Oh no, we're not gonna get this Scorpion? Ah, he low rolled though. Maybe we can stay alive with this 560. No. Nope. We were lucky once with the low roll on us, but we take it. We did 6,500 damage. No, yeah, something like that. 6,500 with 3k spotting. It's a 9k combined game. It's kind of a big game here that we take. But I think we hop into the next replay, because they need to dig him out in the corner, and God knows how long that's gonna go. So let's hop over to the next game. And let's hop over to the second game that we're gonna showcase. And no, it's not the same map, even though it's in the snowy winter region. This time we are gonna go on with the late game and also the early game. They're two most important things in this game. So if you can master that, oh, you're gonna have some really good results. But first of all, I gotta change a little bit what I talked about the turret. The turret has the weak point of the cupola, and the turret ring is gargantuous on this tank compared to any other tank out there. I mean, there's probably some tank out there that has very big, weak turret ring, but this thing, when you see it frontally, you see the turret ring, and it's very easy to penetrate. But they also have the cupola, but the rest of the frontal sort of the turret is 250, and it's very strong actually. It's actually like 300 actually around the gun mantle, which I was talking about. You have 70 hull armor. As you can see, it's kind of front heavy of the this hull armor, but it's not something you're gonna really use. It has a very steep sloped angle, but you cannot side scrape with it because of the frontal shape, as you can see around the headlights there. It's very easy to kind of smack a shell in there. And you get only 40 in the side armor, so you can get quite easily overmatched by a lot of tanks. So it's not a side scraper. The only way you can really utilize this armor is sitting hold down. Here I'm playing against two light tanks, and that was a poor shot by me. But I saw an opportunity and I took it. Versus Sigma here. in his 54 lightweight. And another thing I have to touch upon is the why I have fully of the good APCR shells. It mostly comes down to the auto reloader mechanic. It's so encumbersome to try and switch to the other clip with this tank. Like you have to like dump the entire clip and then reload. Not even with intuition, since intuition only reloads the first shell. Sure, the first shell is the longest shell it takes to reload here, which intuition helps a lot with, but it still takes a long time for you to switch over from the APCR to another APCR shell, or from APCR to HE. So the intuition is something that cannot be really utilized on this tank. That was a dirty snapshot. So I think the Leopard PTA got someone who can teach him in the sniping department here. And you do have the same amount of gun depression on the side as you run with this tank. Well, we sit here and look at some bushes, and we are thinking what this T-49 is doing. He's kind of forward, he's kind of aggressive. He should not be able to stay there. He can easily get sniped by the enemy AMBT that I'm looking for right now, and the Royal Panzer 48. Ah, no hit. I think he just went behind cover. This T-49, I'm kind of bamboozled of him surviving there. It gives us a good kind of information intel. Yep, because that's the same thing. We basically... Oh, now he got spotted. Yeah, now it's in deep problem. And I think he's there. Ah, maybe it was more to the right. I don't know. It's kind of hard to shoot outside of your actual view range, I would say. While we sit here and wait, we can go over some other stats of the tank. 1,300 hit points, which is fairly okay for tier 8. We have 380 base view range, so the view range can be a little bit of a hassle to get full view range. So you kind of are locked to playing optics, because this tank, you don't really want to play this cooldown. Oh, you do want to play this cooldown. What I was going to try to say is you don't really want to play this close-up fighting with it because of this 10.7 seconds reload. Like that is atrociously slow for a medium tank. But it's one of those kind of sitting back, controlling. Oh, this is a perfect moment for us. Maybe we shoot the last one. But you can see these 2 shots, then you go back, do this reload. So you can use it as a 2-shot autoloader, and the okay, we need to take advantage of this. When you have a torpedo in your team, you need to take advantage of the torpedo. Alright, we got a 1-shot in here. That was very good though. We keeping them at bay. We don't want to sort of give away that we are low on shells here. They might be a little bit of struggle into reading in how many shells and what type of shells I have ready for them. That is a kind of a problem when you're facing an auto reloader they can mount this pressure upon you. Oh, alright. See the light tank 432 pushing, but he's not occupied by me, so it thank you. Oof, just barely. Oh. Oh my god. Alright, that was just enough aims on the target and just enough in the reticle. Oh, alright, it seems like we kinda cleared this side. Thinking of rotating out the other way. Still reloading. Just gonna make sure that we have subdued this side, and then we can go and help the team. Oh, another target? Got a snapshot? No, we don't need to snapshot this one. Slow and steady. As you can see there, what I did is the small thing that is big. Oh, there's a tank PTA out here as well. Oh no. Okay, alright, so we can't really leave this place. But what you saw there, what I was doing is that slight forward movement is just one click on R, so you go slightly forward, and that way you don't bloom out your aim so much, and it's a very delicate movement that you need to do with a tank like this and obviously other tanks that has this kind of a bad aim time, wonky gun handling. Alright, so I'm thinking maybe I can go and tank them or attack PTA, maybe not, and then you know what, let's just head into the bush here and sort of keep them at bay. I don't think any one of them rotated back. And oh, PTA is actually moving up. Oh, that was a lucky break. And here we're gonna do the full clip and run. On the simple terms that we caught him with his pants down, and we don't want to stay in this wide open, because if we get spotted, who knows if someone is actually coming back from the town here. And it's a free clip, and we get out. And we put him on one shell. One shot. They have the K9 PT. That is a tank. Oh, okay, nice. We got him. Keep going so we can get behind the ridge line so the PT cannot shoot us. It seems like he can't shoot us anyway. Oh, the K tank died. Alright, we need to see if we can't help our brothers in arms over here, the KPZ and the T55A. Seems like the 55A is fighting against the 50 TP here. Trying to kind of put ourselves in the middle so we can both snipe them and also maybe spot something else. And alright, he's gone. Now we need to see, we don't know the hit points on the Skoda and the Tool 1 here, so we're a little bit afraid, especially of the Skoda 56, because of its well, it's a tier 8 that is, well, it's a masquerading as a tier 8, but it's like a tier 9 with that stupendously alpha. Basically, we are two-shot for him. And, well, we don't know his hit point. We don't know the Tool 1's hit point, even though he just got spotted. We need to be a little bit careful here. We don't know if the Skoda went for a full rotation here or not. It's gonna be really tough trying to spot this K9 on PT. Got one of the better camos in the game of the tier 9 tank destroyers. As you probably hear, I do have a turbo this tank. We're gonna get more into the detail of this tank when we get into the garage section. One thing that stands out is that you have only 10% fire on this tank overall, so you don't get set on fire often. But with my memory, I feel like I got set on fire here and there with this tank. And now we kind of made sure that no one is here. We can take this ground. We have to do something. We can't just sit and wait and be afraid of this Skoda 56. Even though I am afraid of him, I'm a two-shot for him, I still need to try and do something. Try and take some area. Trying to either get spotted, try to minimize myself at certain angles. And I don't think this PT is still over here. We try to take this square that I'm in right now. Is a very dominant area of the map that you can dive out on a lot of places to fight. It's like my cape said wants to cap. That's very good for me. No, no one's there. Oh, what the hell? Oh, ooh, lucky bounce. Ah, kind of tough aiming when he gets that close into a hull down there. I'm thinking if I shouldn't push him. Oh, holy moly, man. There he is. I have no idea where he was aiming. And I didn't want to take the chance. Seems like he's not aiming me. One. Can we do another one? Ah, on the track. Ah, and the KPZ panicked. And we got another tank incoming. Oh, Tool 1. Got a little bit more hit points. Gotta make sure we don't peek out with the front here. Still have a 55A somewhere around. He's coming to help. Alright, so we are a little bit in a pickle here. I'm thinking maybe the Tool 1 will be the one that moves up. And also I'm setting up to help the 55A. Even if I get spotted here, I'm occupying the Tool 1 for the 55A. Maybe I should stay here and watch him more. But I'm hoping the 55-8 grabs the opportunity, and he does. That's good. Now we gotta prepare for either the K91 or the Skoda pushing me. Oh, okay, whoa. Okay, alright, he pushed me. Oh, this tank, man, when it turns so quickly frontally, this K91. Alright, a little bit bamboozled here that the K91 pushed me in. Not the Skoda as well. Alright, seems like the Skoda is sitting back. But I'm making sure I don't take any chances here. I'll wait I'll wait for the 55A to flank around. And it seems like he's doing that. And like I said, this tank, I enjoy it. I find it fun to play this tank because of the way you have to construct and think about the game and how you move and what to do with it. It's not just like you take, like for example, the 55A, just take that tank and then you go and you just fight a little bit, hold on with it, and then go fight, pew, and then that's it. There's no like really big constructive thinking behind it. It's more, you know, simple, go shoot. Well, this tank, oh, this is squad 56 in the corner, and the 55A is kind of charging in, and I can't trade because now he's gonna be reloaded. Alright, let's see if we can set up an angle here. We have a little bit of hold on to work with, but it's not enough. Oh, he peeked. Oh, I was not prepared for that. It seems like he also has a hold down there. I never really fought anyone in this corner. I'm afraid he sees me as well. Oof, we had a very tiny angle there. But I'm not gonna take that chance. Alright, we're gonna make him sweat a little bit. We know he's gonna stay in the corner. He's a one-shot. I'm a one-shot for him, but he is more of a one-shot for me. Here, I could have reloaded the HE, actually. But we keep him in the corner. What we're doing right now is just making him sweat a little bit. We know he's gonna sit in the corner. Make sure it now, yep, and then we just hold this angle. Now we sit and wait. Don't have to immediately go for the target. You can hear the clock, so can he. Here I'm letting my teammates know that I'm just making him sweat a little bit. Setting up for the final punch here. Alright. Here we go. 15 seconds. And we have this cheeky angle. And there we go. Final carry by me. That was a good game as well. 6.2. I think we hop into the garage section and talk about various other things. And in the garage, like always, we're gonna go over the crew, equipment, shells, consumables, and field modification. Let's just start off with the crew. I'll go with a very simple crew here. It's the commander, brothers in arms, 6th sense, situational awareness, repair, and then recon, I would say. You could ditch, here's the thing, you could ditch the situational awareness and recon for this tank and just use the optics build that I have, that I'm currently using, and then you can just pick in maybe sun detection or also the camouflage, actually. The camouflage it's a little bit important for this tank, but not so much for its functionality, I would say. So I'll go with the repair first for this tank. For the gunner, it's the brothers in arms, snapshot, repair, camo, and firefighting. Maybe you can sneak in an armor instead of firefighting, just so you don't have to repair the gun so often. But I still feel like firefighting would be better, even though you have a very low percentage chance to get set on fire. You know, oh no, the tank is on fire. It's better to have that lower if you can. A lower amount of damage that you take over time with the firefighting skill. But the driver, we go with the brothers in arms, smooth ride, super important, and repair, and then off-road driving. And the last one, I probably pick camo. I maybe pick the clutch braking, but I feel like the camo is going to be more universally useful for you than the clutch braking. But off-road driving, I think that one is going to be quite important, actually. Just to get going with this tank so you can do those big rotations. And the loader. We have Bronze Arms, safe stowage. You always want to protect the ammo rack if you can. Repair, camo, and firefighting. You could, instead of taking firefighting, you could take the intuition just for those rare occasions you are gonna go from APCR to HE and you just want to have it faster for convenience sake. Or if you are not a scumbag, try hard, full APCR, you know, gold shooter like me, that you have the regular APCR, then you can probably weave in the intuition before the camouflage. But now we come to the interesting part, and I think the equipment is the way to go with this tank. I was a lot of back and forth, but I think I found a sweet spot with my standard equipment. It's the turbo, optics, and vertical stabilizer. For the other type of equipment, change out the turbo for the ventilation. And why I use the optics, even though the gun handling is not that good, you don't have the best sniping, 0.33 here, is the long view range. The full view range is so important for playing tank like this, so you can sort of devise up the plan. You can like I did in the last stand in on the first match. So you have that good full view range, so you can spot things on your own and fight them with this long range hold on that you kind of want to do with this tank. The shells, since this is an auto loader, you only have 35 shells. Just said, I normally don't do this, I normally load 50-50 if I can, but this tank, it was so often that it was so encumbersome switching between them because of the kind of a long reload I have for these 3 shells. So I just said, screw it, let's not have an issue with that, go full good APCR, and it's like one of the best APCRs on the tier 8 medium tank out there. And some HEs, because HE can be good, actually. Surprisingly. And like always with consumables, you pick the rations, get a 10% boost, repair and first aid kit. But now we come into the interesting part. Also, the field modification. I go, like always, with the module durability increase. This is primarily for the, oh no, my engine is damaged, oh no, my gun is damaged, oh no, I am ammo racked. And then you don't have the repair kit ready for it. Sure, you can use big repair kit that negates all of this, and then you just have this one, I guess. But I still take this one over that. The hull traverse speed is so minor. It's so minor minus that you get on it. It's 1.2 on that, and what is in the mobility? It's 1.37. It's negligible. Like you won't realize it. And then why not? If you're gonna have a damaged engine, you're always gonna be in that kind of oh shit moment where you have to try to get out of the place, but you're too slow. With this 50% off of a damaged engine, you're slow, but you're not as slow. So this module durability is a win for me. The next one is 100% this aiming circle. Smaller aiming circle every day of the week when it comes to the second field modification to pick. It negates the minus. And here we come to the interesting part. This tank struggles with the reverse speed, as you can see. We get 5 kilometers of reverse speed, and that allows you to get up to this magical ceiling, which is 20. You always want to be at 20 reverse speed if you can. If you get up to 20, that's where you become this nimble and can quickly, you know, get out of the way kind of thing. That is very, very, very good. So that's why I opt to take this one. The top 2 kilometers faster reverse speed. The suspension repair speed it's okay. It's like, oh okay, it's some bonus. It's not why I pick it. The -3 concealment, it's a little bit hurting, but considering the tank, you want to play hold down. You want to sit always not super close, but close enough, but they can't get to you close. The concealment is not so much of a hurtful for this tank, even though you're gonna play this long range snipey. And to boost, we pick the scouting because we are using optics, so we get that boosted up. And that is my little review of the AMBT, the Advanced Main Battle Tank. This thing, oh yeah, about the weak point, I forgot. You see this massive gap here. That is the turret ring I was talking about in the video. There's a big gap here to be shooting. And then you obviously have the cupola. And that's kind of the weak point. And you can't side script because of the shape of this armor. And you have a huge lower plate, but you have a huge upper plate as well. Everything is huge. But that's my little review of the AMBT. And is there anything else before I go? No, just that I like the tank. I find it fun. You gotta be careful with the gun, and then you're gonna have a kick-ass time. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope I see you around next time.